Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you some of my favourite functional object mods for The Sims 2. As these are all new objects, they're kind of on the borderline between mods and custom content, but since they add new features and new gameplay, I think mods are a better way to describe them. So I've picked out some of the functional object mods that I use, and I've kind of split them up into different categories. So the first thing we're going to look at is 3 really cool mods that can enhance your parties. So to start off with, we're with the Caliente sisters and they're going to throw a party, and we'll take a look at those mods that can bring some fun and life to the party. So the 3 mods we're going to be looking at first are this Party Pinata by Echo on Mod The Sims, this Limbo Stick by Honey on Leafish, and this Chocolate Fountain by Honeywell on Leafish. So let's take a look at them in game. The Caliente sisters have just started a party. They've invited Brandy, Dawn and Mortimer. What could go wrong? So I guess let's get some music on and start with the Limbo Stick. So with the Limbo Stick you have 2 options. You can do it high or you can set the bar lower. So let's see how Dina gets along with doing it at the high bar. Oh, and she sucks. So she's probably not going to have much luck doing it lower. I believe body skill is what it gains and what helps your Sims do better on it. Nina's laughing at what a failure Dina is. Okay. She's got 2 body skills, so we'll see if she can do better. No, she also sucks. Let's see how they get on with a low bar. I really love the way this limbo pole looks though. I think it's really suitable for weddings. It looks really luxurious. And when they witness someone fail at the limbo stick, they will automatically laugh at them, which is a really cool feature. Next, let's have a look at the pinata. Just go at it, beat him with a plank. Oh, and she did it really easily. And then they get some candy. And then they can all get something to eat. I'm surprised how quickly she does it. I suppose maybe if kids do it, it might take a little bit longer. And lastly, let's take a look at this gorgeous chocolate fountain. This is fantastic for weddings. And so you can just take a look at it. You can dip strawberry or you can spike it with brandy. How cool is that? And now she's pouring a whole bottle, it seems, of brandy in it. So that's it for those party mods. I hope that's shown you something that you'd like to add to your parties, especially weddings. It's a bit of a shame that none of the guests autonomously used any of these items, but I definitely have seen them do that, particularly with the chocolate fountain. But I'm sure I've seen guests autonomously use all of the items. So it is a really good way that people can do a variety of things at a party. So next we're here with the Pleasant family and we're going to be having a look at some mods that add hobby enthusiasm and skill building. Hopefully we'll keep them busy to stop Angela and Lilith ripping each other apart. So the first mod I want to show you is this one by Crisps and Kerosene that convert 3 cameras from The Sims 3. These are hobby objects that help build film and literature enthusiasm and build the creativity skill. So all the 3 cameras can be found in the creativity section in the hobbies menu. We have the cheapest one, the mid-range one, and the most expensive one. Let's have Angela here go and practice some filming. So it's a bit like using the telescope during the day. They just have a look around, thinking of things that they see. Sometimes it's shrubbery, sometimes it's a sim. But I haven't ever had a sim come over and tell the person using the camera off for spying on them, so I don't think it works like that, but it could do. But it builds the creativity skill and film and literature enthusiasm. So it's a really good way to add some variety to your film and literature sims. This next mod is also one that builds film and literature enthusiasm, called Become an Author Without a Computer by Mog Hugson on Mod The Sims. And basically it just adds this little notepad that your sims can use to write a book. So it's a good way for poor sims to be able to gain some money through writing before they can afford a computer. So this is the item called the manuscript, and it's just 10 simoleons, also found in the creativity section in the hobbies menu. And then when you click on it, you just have one option to write a novel. And then you get the normal pop-up menu where you can select the plot. And then they'll begin writing away, gaining the creativity skill and the film and literature enthusiasm. And they'll eventually finish a novel that will then be sold. This next one is another one by Crisps and Kerosene, and it's these 3 little items, and the main reason I like it is because it adds 2 objects that build the science enthusiasm, which is really lacking. Science enthusiasm in The Sims 2 basically means telescope enthusiast, so anything extra that builds a science enthusiasm is a welcome addition in my book. So there's a Rubik's Ball, which builds the logic skill and science enthusiasm, a knot puzzle which builds the mechanical skill and science enthusiasm, and a joke book which builds charisma. So let's have some Sims interact with these things. You can click on them all and go for play with, or for this one you can read the joke book. So as you can see, the Rubik's Ball is a lot like the idle animation that I believe it's Knowledge Sims do, or anyone with a science enthusiasm does idly sometimes. But it's just an active way of doing it, and they will build the logic skill. This one works in a similar way, but it's for mechanical. And this book builds charisma. So they're just a handful of little mini hobby items that you can have in your Sims inventory and take them out for them to use it. This next mod is an arts and crafts item called the Ceramic Art Workstation, and it basically means that your Sims can create these really nice decorative vases and that they can use to decorate their house or sell. And I just want to mention something about the download because personally I found the description a little bit confusing. So there's this advanced version, and I believe the only difference between the regular version and the advanced version is that it can also be used to skill on community lots, but it's something you might as well have. But what it doesn't make clear is that you need most of the files that are only in this one. As you can see, a lot of people have only downloaded this advanced edition, but it won't work by itself. You need pretty much all of the files from this regular version. So with this regular version, you'll get a whole folder called Nadira Ceramic Art Workstation and Vases, and you put that whole folder into your downloads, and then you can download the advanced version, put it in this folder like I have done here, but then you can delete the regular version or not because my game's already open. So I'll have 2, which is a bit annoying. So you don't want that. They do have different GUIDs, so they don't conflict with each other, but there's really no point in having both of them. So I'd suggest removing this file that comes in this version and replacing it with the single file that's found in this version. But you need all the other items that are in this file for it to work properly. So this item is found in the creativity section of the hobby menu. And it's just like a little table with some unfinished vase under it. So your first option when you click on it is to make a raw vase, and the cost of the raw materials is 35 simoleons. You should be able to sell whatever you make for a profit. Everyone's coming to see what it is, and she's building up a pot. So you can see it kind of progresses in stages. The animation's not the best, but I still think it's really good. It's really impressive, and any variety is a good thing. So after about 2 game hours, the raw vase is finished, and basically you can gain 2 skills from it. You either gain mechanical when you're modeling the vase itself, so the skill she's just gained will have been a mechanical skill, but if it's from colouring the vase, it will be creativity skill. You get the same message whichever skill you increase, but yeah, there's 2 different skills it can build, which is really cool. So when it's finished, you can just view the raw vase, or you can click on the table. Make sure you don't click the vase, you click the table, and you can just sell the raw vase as it is for 75 simoleons, which is a profit of 40 simoleons, or you can colour the vase, and I think this will increase the value. So there's 4 options right now: green, white, bright orange, night blue, or neon green. So let's try bright orange. So now the vase is painted. That didn't take long at all, and she's gaining the creativity skill now. And now there's no more interactions on the table. You can view the vase as it is, but then you can pick the vase up, put it wherever you want to decorate, or you can sell it. And as you can see, it's worth 100 now, so it does increase the value of it if it's painted. And I believe the better your mechanical and creativity skills are, the more options you'll have. So now she's got a bit more mechanical skill. I'm not sure the exact requirement of it is, but now there's this new option to remodel the vase. She's got level 10 mechanical now. I've just cheated that up, but I suppose at different stages you get these new options of remodeling, and each one is better. I'm gonna guess exceptional is the best one, but I'm not sure, so we'll see. So as you can see, it's changing shape as she's remodeling it. And there we go, that's its final state. This is a much prettier shape. And then you can colour it. The different styles of vase have different colour options. So now let's try a yellow with a Celtic design. And there we go, it's coloured. Now you can see that that's a much nicer vase and it's worth 800. So the better you get at mechanical and creativity, the better vases you can make and make much bigger profits from them. And it also tells you how much environment is worth. So it does have an environment value of 8, so that's a very strong decorative influence on the room. This next one is one of my favourites. It's a functional woodworking bench that builds the mechanical skill and the tinkering enthusiasm, and I think this is a great addition for tinkering themes. They can make some really amazing things with it, and it's just so realistic and so well made. That's by DD Sims on her Tumblr. So this item can be purchased from the miscellaneous hobby section for 900 simoleons, and you have lots of options what to make, but you can pay different amounts for different things. Some are just little decorations and some are functional, but you can make more the higher your mechanical skill is. So I've just cheated Daniel's mechanical skill up to max, and now there's some more options. You can make a hot tub, you can make a guitar, a violin, some really cool stuff. But let's start with the basic and make a little sculpture, a stallion sculpture. Okay, and he's in his swimwear apparently. Oh, that's his one true hobby. So for the small things, it really doesn't take long at all. Then it goes in their inventory and you can use it to decorate the house or sell it, and that's sold for 60 and it was only 10 to make. But he does have max mechanical skill right now, so I believe the profit margin increases the better your tinkering skill is. So now let's have a go at making a bathtub. So now it's done, it's in his inventory. That took much longer to make, like 3 or 4 game hours, and now they have this beautiful wooden bathtub. All the new items added to work with this table are just so high quality, so beautiful. Some really nice decorative and functional items that you can make with that. It really unlocks a lot and adds a lot to the game. I think this is incredibly well made and high quality. It's actually probably my new favourite thing for tinkering sims to do. So the next couple of hobby mods are going to be ones that build the body skill. And this first one is this functional yoga mat by Image the Tree. And while you do not need a yoga mat to do yoga in the game, you just need to have 3 body skill. This is the way to just make it a little bit more immersive, and it also means that they can do it autonomously, which is a good way to encourage your sims that are interested in fitness to autonomously work on their hobby. So you can buy the yoga mat very cheaply for the exercise section of the hobby menu. It comes in a variety of different colours, and then you can click on it and select do yoga if you have the body skill requirement. And it's all the same animation of normal yoga, but it's just that opportunity for sims to autonomously work on it, since otherwise it's not something they ever do autonomously. The next fitness object is this The Sim Bouncer, a trampoline for fun and body skill. So it's this tiny little trampoline that sims bounce on, and it builds the body scale, it makes your sims fitter, it builds fitness enthusiasm, and it's fun. So this can also be purchased from the exercise section of the hobby menu. There's loads of different colours and designs, and you can click on it and just select bounce. Oh, Daniel beat her to it. Daniel's having a bounce. He didn't do too well. So Mary Sue seems to be doing a lot better at it. I'm not sure why Daniel immediately failed, even though his body skills are max. But Mary Sue's on here loving it, doing it for much longer. And I think that's a really good, fun way to gain body skill, especially as a kid's activity as well. So this last fitness mod is really exciting. It's called Surf's Up. It's on Mod The Sims by maybe something, don't know. But I'm not going to talk about the mod page too much. I'm just going to get straight in game and show you. So I've sent the Pleasants on vacation to Tweaky Island, and they've just arrived at Seawater Beach Paradise. And as you can see, just for decoration, I've put up some surfboards. Unfortunately, there's no way to rent them or use them off here, but this is a nice way you can display them. In order to use them, you need to have a surfboard in their inventory. So before they went on holiday, I gave them all a surfboard in their inventory, and then when you get onto a beach lot, that means you can click on them and choose surf. When one person does it, you can invite everyone else to surf with you if they have a surfboard too. So now they're all switched to their swim costumes and are heading to the sea. So let's have a look. I've never seen this interaction before myself either, so I'm super excited. Look at her go. How cool is that? Oh, there she goes. Oh my god, this is amazing. That is so impressive. Wow. Oh my god, I love it. This could really add some variety and excitement to your holiday in. I think maybe it just builds fun and doesn't actually build any hobby skill or enthusiasm. Possibly. I'm not seeing any skill bars anyway. Or do you need a mod to be able to build skills on community lots? Either way, it's awesome. It adds variety. It's a fun activity to do. You can do it together. I'm super impressed. Next, I'd like to show you this really cool mod that adds a functional chicken coop, a bit like the one you could get from the Sims 3 store. This is on medieval Sims because obviously if you're going for a no technology type of gameplay, this can really enhance something to do and you can collect harvestables from it. So the chicken coop can be found in miscellaneous hobbies for 600. There's lots of different colour variations. So let's have Daniel take care of the chickens. You have to feed them in order to get anything. And you can check for eggs, but I don't think this is a necessary interaction. You'll know when you can collect eggs. After more than 24 game hours later, we finally have some eggs. You have this option to collect and you can choose whether you want eggs for food or eggs for hatching. So far, I've not really found point in showing eggs for hatching, but it does have a little cool system, so I will show you that. But when you go to collect eggs for food, they put it in the basket and then it's in your inventory and it looks like this. I suppose that's why it takes so long because damn, that's a lot of eggs. You can then sell them for 30 simoleons, or if you own an open for business retail shop, that's a really great thing to sell, especially if you own like a farmer's shop and you grow your own produce. It's great to have some chickens and sell some eggs as well, or a grocery store or whatever. I think that's a really nice system. Or if you leave them in your inventory, you can use them to stock the fridge and then that will give you fresh food points. So if you select collect eggs for hatching instead, you'll get this little pop-up message saying you do not own a rooster to reproduce chickens. Would you like to purchase one now? So press OK. And there we go. A rooster comes and then you can collect the eggs for hatching. So then eggs for hatching is in the inventory and you can sell them like this. Or in the miscellaneous surfaces, you can buy this brooder box, place it down and then put your eggs for hatching in there. You can feed the eggs somehow, whatever that means, and after some time they will hatch into chicks. Unless you're into like the idea of selling livestock, which is as a vegetarian I really am not at all. This is not something I'm interested in, but I do think the eggs feature is really cool and that's what I use this mod for. Next, I'd like to talk about a couple of mods that add some realism, and the first one is this functional deodorant by DD. It's just a little item that you can purchase and keep in your Sims inventory, and then they can use deodorant wherever they are, whether they're out, and it gives a little boost to hygiene. So you can find the deodorant can in Plumbing Miscellaneous and there's 3 different colours of it. Let's grab a pink one and give it to Angela, and I'll decrease her hygiene to about half. And I'll put it in her inventory. And now that she's stopped slapping her sister, when you click on her, she now has this option to use deodorant. She sprays it on herself. And it gives a little boost to hygiene, but it is very minimal. And in my game, I actually tweaked this so it gave a little bit more of a boost of hygiene. And I will try to find the post where I asked Dee Dee how to increase the hygiene gain, and she told me so that you can do that yourself. But it was a while ago, so I don't know if I'll be able to find it. The next is this pregnancy test mod by Pick and Mix mod. I actually used to use a different pregnancy test mod, but as far as I can tell, that is no longer available. But this one looks like it's better anyway, so we'll have a look what that can do. So you can find the pregnancy test in Miscellaneous. There's 3 different colours of it, and you can just place it down. And I'm going to have Mary Sue use it and see, am I pregnant? She really shouldn't be. Oh, and she's going to use the toilet. So it's probably a good idea to have the pregnancy test in the bathroom, because with this version they go to the toilet, which is so cool. I'm really impressed by that. And then you get a pop-up to say she is not pregnant. So now I'm going to have Daniel and Mary Sue try for a baby, and we'll see what happens. So you might be wondering, like, what is the point of this, because you usually know if they're pregnant, but I use a silent pregnancy mod so you don't get those chimes, so it is really useful. So I'll put the link to that in the description as well. And if you use ACR, the risky woohoo option makes these unknown and accidental pregnancies happen, so it's really useful for that as well. But I'm on my laptop like I usually am for these videos. I need to start using a game starter instead. But I don't have my usual mod, so there's no ACR or silent pregnancy in this. But if you watch any of my future Let's Plays, I will be using silent pregnancy and ACR, so there will be a lot more spontaneous pregnancies that it is useful to use something immersive like that to find out about. Of course, you can use the sim blender to identify pregnancies on the lot, but let's face it, that's pretty cheaty and pretty unimmersive. So there we go, we've heard the chimes, which I usually wouldn't. So now we can use it to see if she's pregnant, and it should say yes. God, I wish them two would shut up. Stop it! Stop crying! It's such a nightmare keeping these two apart. So I've just had Mary Sue take this test straight after, and I was wondering why it was coming back saying she is not pregnant. I was starting to worry it wasn't working and I'd have to cut this out of the video. But I've just read the description, and really interestingly, if it's used within the first 3 hours of the pregnancy happening, it will report that they are not pregnant. It's undetectable. And it also has a 95% accuracy, so there is a 5% chance that even after 3 hours of pregnancy, it will say that they are not pregnant and actually they are. So it might be worth taking it a couple of times, like you would in real life, to be sure, because they're not always 100% accurate, but it does cost 20 simoleons per use. So I'm going to go ahead for 3 hours and then we'll try again. So now I've just checked with the sim blender and she has been pregnant for 3 hours. So now let's try taking the test now, and there we have it. Wait, this time after 3 hours of pregnancy, it successfully detected that she is pregnant. I think this is a really cool immersive way of finding out pregnancies, and I would be really encouraged to avoid using the sim blender to quickly have a cheaty look. So yeah, this is super immersive and I highly recommend it. It seems to work really well. So they're the only two realism mods I'm going to show you today. I was actually going to cover some cool laundry mods, including a washing machine, dryer and ironing board, but I think I'm actually going to save that to do a video on downloading The Sims 4 Laundry Day into The Sims 2. I'm really pleased with how my previous video, downloading The Sims 4 paranormal stuff into The Sims 2, is going. I enjoyed doing it, and I was going to make it a regular thing for every new pack that comes out, but Laundry Day is my favourite stuff pack for The Sims 4, so I think I'd really like to do a video in a similar style for Laundry Day, where I'll be showing you the functional laundry mods that you can use to actually do laundry and even ironing, which you can't even do in The Sims 4, but I think you can in The Sims Mobile. And also beautiful 4:2 object conversions, because I really like this stuff that comes with Laundry Day. It's really cute. So please let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, because I would happily make a video on that. And speaking of The Sims 4, did you know you could get The Sims 4 and all its expansion packs for super low prices on CD Keys? CD Keys is a trustworthy, safe place to buy games that's wrongly confused with sites like G2A and Kingwin that are dodgy. This one isn't at all. It has a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, and all it does is compare prices worldwide to get you the best deal. And I have an affiliate link which I will put in the description. So if you use my affiliate link to buy yourself a game, any game on CD Keys, I will get 5% of the commission at no extra cost to you, and that's a really great way that you can support me, and it will help me be able to put more time and effort into making videos, which I would really like to keep on doing. So find the link for that in the description below and keep that in mind. So next I'd like to talk about some cool new objects for kids and toddlers. In the Broke household, Brandy's had her baby Betty, who I've aged into a toddler, and I've aged Beau into a child. So the first mod I want to show you is this Baby Gate by Honeywell on her Tumblr. And it's basically an archway with a baby gate in it, and it means that other Sims can come in and out of it as normal, but toddlers cannot crawl out of the room that it has a baby gate on it. So the baby gate can be found indoors for 200 simoleons just after the public bathroom doors. So I've placed it on Brandy's bedroom, and now we'll let the toddler out, and you'll be able to see that the other Sims can go in, but Betty will not be able to crawl out. Now if I tell Betty to crawl here, she won't be able to. She can't come out. She'll go so far, but she can't actually get out of this room. So that's a real helpful way to contain your toddlers and stop them splish splash splashing in your toilet and being disgusting and annoying. Next, we have this functioning toddler playpen, which is another handy way to contain your toddler. It's a way that they can play and I think sleep. They can keep themselves happy in there anyway, without complaining of getting out. So it just means if they're wide awake in the middle of the night, you can put them in there and they will keep themselves happy instead of crawling around everywhere. So you can buy the playpen in the toddler cage, as it's called. You can find that in the kids section for 275 simoleons. So Brandy's just placed Betty in the playpen and she'll just keep herself occupied in there. They don't do the squealing to get out of there like they do out of cribs. Next we have some kiddie pools. This first one is another one by Echo. It can be used by toddlers and children, and we also have some different versions that are 4:2 conversions. So you've got the cheaper pool and the more expensive tropical pool as well. So here's what they look like in game. They can all be found in the children's section. So that's a cool way that toddlers can have fun, especially in the summertime. So children have the option to sit and play or jump and play in these. So that's the same animation as what the toddlers can do, or they can jump and play. I believe it builds a body skill. So this one they can splash in, and the bigger 4:2 ones toddlers can sit and play in, or children can sit and play or stand and play. But that's a great way to keep them cool and occupied in the summer, especially if everyone else is outside, and it builds some body skill, which is something, as far as I'm aware, toddlers have no other way of doing. And next we have this jumping castle, or bouncy castle as we call it in the UK, but another one by Echo, great creator of functional objects on Mod Sims. So this item can be found in the party section, and here's what it looks like. It can be used by adults, but I think it's brilliant for kids, so let's send Bo to play on it. And there he goes. And multiple Sims can use it at once, which is really cool. 2 is the maximum. But that's a really good thing to do. That's a fun activity. For kids' birthday parties, that would be amazing. Speaking of kids' birthday parties, if anyone's interested, I made a mod so that kids can throw their own parties. Usually in the Sims 2, kids can't throw parties. It has to be the adults. So then you either throw a birthday party for your kid and invite the parents' friends, or the parents gotta get to know their children's friends, which is weird and annoying. So yeah, I'll put that in the description just in case anyone's interested in that. You could make a really cool kids party with some of these items. And lastly, another one by Echo again is an amazing mod called the Easter Bunny. And what this does is it adds this item, and if you put it on the wall and go to sleep, the Easter Bunny will come and give Sims Easter eggs. And it doesn't have to be children. I've just put it in with the children's mods because I suppose the biggest appeal is for children, and this works super well with the Kiwis holiday mod, and I'll also put that in the description as well, so you could make an actual Easter event. So you can find this item, the Crested Bunny, in the pictures section of decorations called the Crested Bunny for just 25 simoleons, and you put that on a wall, and a bit like summoning Santa with the Christmas tree and Santa cookie, you send everyone to bed at night, and then when everyone is asleep, the Easter Bunny will appear, cheer at the crest and consume it. So it's a one-time use. The crest will disappear after it comes. So this is the Easter Bunny in the skin of a social bunny. I recommend the retexture that makes him look cleaner. And then he will go around putting Easter eggs on any surfaces he can find. It should be one for each sim. He often spreads it around the house, but obviously there's not much room, there's not many clear surfaces. So there's 3 sims that can't eat it. Unfortunately, Betty misses out because she's too young. But then there's 3 eggs and only one is assigned per sim, so you only have the option to eat one of them and the others will be blocked out. So this one's Dustin's and this one's Bo's. But when they wake up in the morning, they should automatically go and eat it. So they've all woke up at 6 a.m. and now they act surprised that they've seen an egg, and then they tuck in and eat it, and it gives a small boost to hunger. And it consumes it. How cool is that? Okay, so before we wrap up today, I just want to mention that I am currently hosting a giveaway on my Twitter. I really hope I do get this video out before the deadline, which will be on Monday at 12 in the afternoon UK time. So make sure you head over to my Twitter and enter that for a chance to win any stuff pack for The Sims 4, any 2 kits, or any pack for The Sims 3. I hope you liked this video today. I hope it showed you some cool objects that you'd like to add to your game and add some fun and variety in your Sims lives. Let me know of any other objects that you like that I haven't covered in this video. Also let me know if you're interested in that laundry day video I mentioned. And well, in the last couple of videos I've been mentioning about Twitch and that I'll be doing my first live stream soon, and I did hope to do my first stream in this next week or so, but to be honest I think it's going to take more time than that. I think there's a couple of things that I need to do, like learn more about streaming and Twitch, and as well as that I think I really need to sort out my custom content before I stream or start a new neighborhood or anything like that, so bear with me on that, but it will come eventually. Thank you so much for your support. Bye guys.